if you are using addition for adding two operands, then it is taken as a binary operator, that we will be getting the answer as two values will be added up. But when we are using as a unary operator, it will be giving assigning a sign to a number. Suppose if you are giving -2 or +2, that will be taken as a sign for the number, right? So like this, we have seen yesterday subtraction also. If I'm just using one operand -2, then it is taken as a unary operator. While if I'm using with the two operands 3 minus 2, two operands 3 and 2, then it is taken as for subtracting 2 from 3. The answer will be 1, right? So here subtraction symbol is using two operands. When I'm using it as a unary operand, it will be taking only one operand. It will be assigning negative value to the number 2. So multiplication, as we know, it is also a binary operator. All these you are giving as it is a binary operator because it will be taking two operands. And division, the difference between division and modulus also we studied. Division will be giving you the quotient, while modulo division or the modulus will be giving you the remainder. And we have finished, we also studied that in C we don't have exponentiation operator. This symbol, we don't have, because that is not an operator for exponentiation in C. It is having some other meaning. So for exponentiation, in order to get 2 raised to 2, in order to find 2 raised to 2 or 2 square or 3 square, what is the mathematical function which we have to use? And which is a header file which we have to use. Yesterday I told also what is the mathematical function which is there in the header file, which we have to use in order to find the power of 2. 2 raised to 2 or 3 raised to 2. Can anyone answer?
Square root, ma'am.
Square root is for finding the square, but to find 2 raised to 2. Square root SQRT, that is used to find the square root of 4. So you will be getting as answer as 2, right? But now we want to find 2 raised to 2, 2 squared, 3 squared, or 3 cube. How to find that power of, it's there in math.h. Some are answering. Power, POW is a function. Power, POW, okay. It's a function like our square root function. We will be using POW and we will be passing two variables to the function. Generally, it's not x equal to power of 5. We have to give two arguments. That is, if you want to find 4 raised to 2, we have to pass 4, 2. If you want to find 3 raised to 2, we have to pass 3, 2. Got it? First will be the number and then followed by the number to be raised. Okay. So power is a function and it is available in math.h. Got it? Some at least are listening. So good. So this will be our arithmetic operators. And after that, we saw that if we have declared both the operands as integer, different data types we studied, integer and then float data type. If you are using the variable which is declared, both operands, if you are declared it as an integer variable, then you will be performing integer arithmetic, right? Deepak, are you there? Deepak S. Deepak.
Yes, ma'am.
I was waiting for you. So what do you mean by integer arithmetic? What is integer arithmetic?
Ma'am, just now I joined, ma'am.
Very difficult to find you. That's what I'm asking. Just now you will join and just now you will be seen. What is integer arithmetic? Yesterday you were there in the class? Yesterday you were there in the class, Deepak? You can answer in the chat box if you are finding it difficult.
No, ma'am. It was not connecting, ma'am.
Then that much problem.
No, ma'am.
Means you have to attend in the college. Okay, now.
No, ma'am. I was connected, ma'am. In between, I got disconnected.
So every day I'll be calling you in between. Okay. So those who are finding it difficult to connect me.
Ma'am, it was good at the beginning, ma'am. Now, okay, ma'am.
Now, okay. Yesterday in the beginning it was there.
I'll try. Yes, ma'am.
So beginning, what I ask, you will answer, no? What are the different types of operators?
Mom?
What are the different types of operators? In the beginning, I had taken.
Operators.
Yesterday, I had taken yesterday's topic only.
Mom, I don't remember, mom. It was not connecting properly, mom.
Any day which you had attended, what are the previous chapter I'll ask? Huh? Now, one more thing I'll tell you, I'm just waiting for this chapter to get over. After that, I'll be giving you the presentation topics. Okay, one topic you have to correctly explain. I need
Mom, I'll see that recorded video on YouTube, mom.
okay, you see it
I
and
have to see that, mom.
okay. Any day
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have attended? Any day? Every day problem is there, huh?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. That it started, ma'am. 3 days I didn't attend any classes, ma'am.
So tell me, what are the different types of looping statements? That is long back, no, not 3 days back. Any 3 looping statements, what we are using in C? Just tell me, any looping statement, what we are using in the C program. One chapter got over. Otherwise, I'll be taking and you people will be muting and sitting. What is the use? Deepak. Not only you, I was asking everyone. You asked Gautam, I asked Sudarshan, Madhusudan, like that. Many I was asking. Deepak. He left, I think.
No, ma'am.
Tell. Try, no problem. I will not tell anything. Just no one will be listening properly if I'm not asking. That's why I'm not telling about.
Ma'am, I was listening, ma'am. Your voice also will be breaking, ma'am.
Voice, because I am using full fiber net connection only here. So from your side also you have to make sure that you are.
Ma'am, my network problem.
It's okay, but you can listen in the YouTube also. Okay, and when the notes are sent, you have to read at least once. Then it will be okay. Any class which you have attended,
Yes, ma'am.
any term which you have understood from any of the topic which you have understood, do you remember? Like this, if I'm taking class, no, there is no point in taking class. Okay, anyway, I'm not wasting my time. If both the operands are declared as integer, then, then it will be performing integer arithmetic. Understood? If both the, Deepak, I will tell you today, tomorrow I'll be asking the same question. What are the different types of looping statements? Looping statements, for loop, while loop, and do while. What if tomorrow I'll ask the same question? Okay. Many of them have answered. So I will be asking the same question tomorrow. Deepak, are you there? Okay. While, do while, and loop. For loop. What Jeevan had message? For loop. Okay. While, do while, and for loop. So when you are declaring the operands as integer, we will be performing integer arithmetic. If you have declared the operands as float, then you will be performing real arithmetic. Got it? So one more thing we have to notice when we are writing the answer for the arithmetic operators, you need not elaborate on these. Only 2 or 3 points which are more important. That is, mode operator cannot be used with the floating point. What is floating point numbers? What is floating point numbers or real numbers? Floating point numbers are those which are having decimal part or the fractional part, right? When we are having a fractional part, decimal numbers, we cannot perform. Good. So those numbers which are having decimal numbers cannot be used for mode operation in order to find the remainder. Mode will be giving you the remainder, right? Already decimal integer or decimal number, if you give for mode operation, it cannot perform. It will show an error. Now, suppose one of the operand is real, the other operand is integer. Got it? Arithmetic operations, you know, multiplication, division and all. So it need two operands because it is a binary operator. Multiplication symbol is an example for a binary arithmetic operator. Suppose one of the operand is an integer without any decimal part, and the other one, if it is a real number, that is with the decimal part 4.2, what will happen? It is known as a mixed mode arithmetic. One is integer, the other one is float. Got it? One is integer, the other one is a floating point number or a real number. Then it is known as mixed mode arithmetic. Then it is known as mixed mode arithmetic. The result also will be a real number with the decimal part, right? 2 into 4.2 will be giving you a floating point number, right? What will be the answer? 2 into 2 will be 8.4, right? So this also will be a real number which is having a decimal part. Understood? If either of the operands are real type, only real arithmetic is performed and the result always will be a real number, right? So if you have, if we are using one of the operand is having a one of the operand is having a decimal part, the result also will be a real number and it will always perform. If one of the operand is a what is this? One of the operand is a real number. It will be always performing real arithmetic, even if it is a mixed mode arithmetic. Answer will be always a real number, which is having decimal part. One example for the arithmetic operation they have given. Already we have done with the, I think, switch case and all. The same thing they have given. This is more simpler than that, even if without any switch case they have given. So what type of arithmetic? Is it an integer arithmetic or is it a mixed mode arithmetic or whether it is a real arithmetic? Tell me. Deepak, are you there? Are you able to listen? Or tell me, Bhagya, are you there? Tell me, what is this? What are the two variables used in this program? What are the two variables used in this program? Rahul has Kusum also. What are the two variables used in this program? Mixed mode. So here A and B are the two variables which we have used. But it is both declared as one is having the decimal part, the other one is not having a decimal part. But again, this is like a tricky question. Both are declared as float. So it will be a real arithmetic. Understood? It's okay. Anyway, something you understood, no? Here you were thinking 4 and 2.2. I have purposely given 0.2 over here. Here I didn't give, but seeing that you had given, no problem. This is actually both are declared as float. When we are declaring it as float, both will be taken. Even if I assign 4, it will be taken as 4.0. Understood? No problem. So it will be taken as real arithmetic. Here, what are the arithmetic operators which I have used? A plus B, A minus B, A star B, A by B, that is division. Modulus I have not used, and the corresponding summation and subtraction will be printing. So here I have given percentage F, so it will be printing all the values with the point decimal. So it will be performing real arithmetic. 4 plus, actually it will become 4.0 plus 2.2. 4.0 multiplied with the 2.2. Like that, all the arithmetic operation will be performed. Got it? So this will be actually an example for real arithmetic. Got it? Even if I give 4, it will be taken as 4.0 because it is declared as float. Got it? And decimal places will be 4.00. We have seen in quadratic equation, right? It will be having many decimal places. So if you want to have more decimal places, you can go for float. More precision if you want, you can go for double. Now, an example to show the difference between, listen, we have already seen this, we have used these two operators, but one example to show the difference between the modulus and the division operator. You know, division operator will be giving you the quotient and modulus operator will be giving you the remainder. This is a program which you can actually, sometimes if they ask the difference between division and the modulus operator, you can use this program in which you will be finding number of months and the number of days. If you are given, suppose if I am given 375 375 days, and if I am asked to give the number of months and number of days, so after making months of 30 days, how many days are remaining, that has to be given as number of days. Suppose you are given something like these many paise, you will be first converting into rupees and the remaining will be shown as paisa, right? Likewise, here out of 375 days, how many months are there, and you have to give how many months are there. So you will be making each month of 30 days. After that, how many days are remaining, that has to be given as number of days. So this is the program, or this is the problem to be solved. So for this, we are writing the program as, we will be starting with the declaration of two variable, months and days. But we are declaring it as a integer. Two variables. What are the two variables? You can use m and d also. Here, in order to understand, we are giving it as months and days. Both are declared as integer. Understood? We are performing a integer arithmetic, right? So here we are declaring it as an integer. I don't want any decimal point to be shown because I want to have the remainder as the number of days. So if I'm next line, enter the days. So using scanf, I'll be accepting the number of days. I'm giving the number of days as 375. So in days variable, I'll be getting 375. Now, suppose I want to find the number of months. Number of months. I am using the variable called months. Months equal to days by 30. So this is the number of days. So I'll be dividing it by 30. So you'll see how many times 30 will go. So you know that 30 will be going in 37. How many times? One time, right? So the remainder will be what? So we'll be getting the remainder as 7. So and you know, for after 7, we will be bringing down 5. So in 75, how many times 30 will go? You know that it will go 2 times, that is 60. 2 into 30 will be 60. So what is remaining now? So it will be, when you subtract, you will be getting, you will be getting what? 7 minus 6 will be 1. So it will be 15. So now when we check 30, whether it will go in 15, no, it will not go. So this will be your remainder. So 15 will be your remainder. And what will be your quotient? 12 will be your quotient, right? So this operation, if I am doing, I will be able to find number of months. Number of months is given by the quotient. Number of days, the remaining days will be given by the remainder. Is it clear? So how I should implement as a program? So if I divide days, in days I have 375, right? If I divide days by 30, the quotient will be giving you the number of months. If I find modulus of days with 30, the remainder will be giving you the number of days remaining. So as it is not 30 days, I cannot make it as 1 month, right? These are the days which are remaining. Understood? So in months variable, we will be getting the number of months. And in days, the same variable, we are using it again in order to store the number of days available. Got it? Initially, we entered 375 days. Now, after removing the number of months, whatever number of days is remaining is kept in the variable called days. And using printf, you are printing the number of days and number of months and number of days. So months equal to percentage d. Wherever percentage d we are mentioning, it will be replaced by the variable called value of the variable called months in the same order, right? Wherever second percentage d is given, the value of the variable days will be substituted. Got it? So this will be the program which we can give for this. I'll ask you to execute also. Today you have to send this after execution. So this will be giving you the number of days. Okay. So number of months and number of days. If you just enter 375, you can run the program with a different number of days and find how many months are there and how many days are there. Now we can move to the next topic, that is mathematical function, which is also coming under this, as I had given before. Instead of exponentiation, we are using power of function. So like that, many mathematical functions are there which we can access using the by adding or including the header file math.h. Mathematical functions such as cos is a function. Square root, sqrt we have used also, that is also a mathematical function. Log, etc. are frequently used in analysis of the problem. So mathematical statistical analysis or all those we are doing using the mathematical functions. To access these functions, include the header called math.h in the beginning of the program. Along with the stdio.h, down we will mention, we have given also, right, math.h, as include math.h. As you can see here down, the data type of the argument. So one thing you have to keep it in mind, if you are using two variables a and b, which has to be passed as argument for the power function or any of the mathematical functions like cos, square root, log and all, it is better and always it is good to give as double. Got it? So when you are using a variable to pass the arguments for the mathematical function like power, square root and all, that's why we had declared that in quadratic equation we had used the sqrt function, right? In that we were using, or we were declaring it as a double also. Sometimes, otherwise it will create error. But if you are having the answer as a floating point number, it's always you better to give it as a double. Data type as double. Data type of the arguments passed in the math functions should be a double, and the function returns a double value. So we always this power and all, no, it will be if we are unknowingly giving some value which is not having a proper square root and all, so it will be giving you a decimal part, right? So always it is better to pass the values as a double data type and return also as a double data type. So we have a program using these mathematical functions that we will execute. So only thing is, whatever be the header file or whatever be the math function, we have to include the header file math.h. And some of those mathematical functions are cos, sqrt, log, and power. All these are the examples. So one example for the mathematical function which we have already executed as the first program of part A, to find the root of the quadratic equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. The roots are given as x equal to minus b plus or minus. This we have done already, right? So here we will be using of square root function, square root mathematical function. So all these other things are all like only arithmetic function minus b plus. So for a quadratic equation of if the d value is greater than 0, it will be having two square roots, x1 and x2, right? So in order to find x1 and x2, the equation given is x equal to minus b plus or minus. So one value, if I am giving as plus, it will be giving you one value of x. The other, if I am solving minus b, minus square root of b square minus 4ac will be giving you the next x value. Got it? So here x1 and x2 is calculated using the square root function sqrt, and in brackets we are passing the value for which we are supposed to find the square root. Here b squared minus, you are able to see, right? B square minus 4ac is the value for which we have to find the square root. So what is b square minus 4ac? B squared we can directly give in the C program. So we have to give it as b into b. Then minus we are giving, then 4 into a into c, that is 4 into a into c, right? 4ac means 4 into a into c. So inside the function bracket, we are passing the values for which we are finding the square root, for which we have to find the square root. Here also we are finding like that. So this is an example for the mathematical function, how to use the square root function sqrt. So now all of you, or can you just tell me in what way this equation? So this is an example for an arithmetic equation which you might have studied in maths also, how to solve, and how to like what is the precedence, Bodemas rule and all you have studied, right? Bracket we will consider later, but now I am giving you an arithmetic expression. Arithmetic expression is an expression consisting of arithmetic operators and operands, right? So what are the operands which I have given in this equation? What are the operands? So I feel like all are able to see x equal to a minus b by 3 plus c into 2 minus 1. What are the three operators? Nevin has answered. In the equation expression side is enough. X is also a like assigning, we are assigning the value to x, it's okay. So here you can see what are the operands. Nevin has answered only ABC, but you know that any of the operator which you have seen, what are the operators used over here? Minus sign and division, then addition, multiplication and minus. So each of these, you know, arithmetic operators are binary operators, and it will be always making use of two operands, right? It will be always making use of two operands. So these operators are making use of two operands. You know, each one will be making it up. So you know, between the 2 and 1, we have the operator called subtraction. So what are the two operands of subtraction? 2 and 1, right? For multiplication, we have C and 2. For addition, so just like this, when you see, you know that the two operands are 3 and C, but we will see how the order of precedence will be working. It is what will be the final result also. So as I told, here in the arithmetic expression or different arithmetic operators which is having